So one of the things that I do, kind of as a service to the hobby, is I rescue fish. I have it out there that if you have fish that you can't keep, that you're moving, you can't financially take care of them anymore, the fish are sick and you don't know what to do, whatever the case may be, I don't ask questions and pry into people's lives, but I will take in the fish and find a home for them. And I do it as a free service. I don't charge anything, and I don't buy the fish either. It's, if you really need a home for these fish, I'll help you find a home for the fish. And I recently got a call, panicked, and you probably saw in the title, I had to go on a rescue that was kind of immediate, dire situation that I had to go right then and take care of a rescue that fish had been abandoned in a home, basically. So let's dive right in and get the details. So in this specific rescue case, I got actually contacted by two different people. The scenario was, I'm not sure the exact scenario. I don't ask a whole lot of questions, but from what I've kind of pieced together, there was someone living in a house that had a fish tank. Something happened that those people had to leave the house. They either moved out on their own or they were evicted or something, and the landlord showed up to get the house ready to rent again or whatever they're going to do with it. And there's a fish tank sitting in there full of fish. Well, that part comes later, but there was a fish tank in there with fish in it and not really operating the best. The person, the landlord, doesn't keep fish, doesn't know anything about fish other than there's a fish tank in my rental house. And I got the call. And I got a call from them and the call from a relative of the person that moved out that said, hey, my relative had this fish tank and they're probably going to need help, so you might want to check on it because that relative isn't living at the house anymore and the tank's there. Long story short, I talked to the people, figured out where I needed to go and stuff. Didn't know what I was getting into. I have a little kit that I take, you know, buckets, some bags, nets, that type of thing, just to be able to dip some fish and go. But I wasn't sure what the fish were, how many of them, what size, or anything, because I was just told there's a swimming fish, there's a fish that doesn't swim around a whole lot, but it's a little bigger, and some other fish, I don't know what they are. So I show up at the house, and I bring a like a 6-inch net and a bucket in for the first run, just to see what I'm dealing with and see what what it is, because to some people a big fish can be a 6-inch fish, to some people a big fish is a 3-foot fish. And I go in, and there's a 55-gallon tank. In the 55-gallon tank, there are 2 adult dojo loaches, 2 iridescent sharks, a couple other various algae-eating fish, like some stick catfish and stuff like that. There are Synodontis catfish. There are variety of various tetra species in there. There's a couple barbs. There are common pleco, about a foot long. There are 5 adult rainbow sharks, or red tail sharks, rainbow and red tails both. Various cories. I mean, the tank is loaded to the gill with big fish and some small fish, and that's what I hate. I don't mind doing rescues, and life happens when you can't take care of your fish. I understand that, and that's why I provide the service. The problem is big box pet stores and some independent mom and pop pet stores will sell a common pleco when it's 1 inch to 2 inches long and say, oh, it'll be fine in your 55-gallon tank all of its life. It'll be fine in your 20-gallon tank. They will sell a iridescent shark, because it's a shark, when it's 2 inches. Sell the person 2 of them, 4 of them, 6 of them, and say, oh, they're cool little fish, look how cute they are, they look like sharks. So the common pleco, I mean, they can get about 2 feet. The iridescent sharks. Have you seen an iridescent shark? When it's an adult, it's a food fish in Asia, because it gets 4 feet long. I have seen 4 feet long fish, 4 feet long iridescent sharks in tanks. I may even have a video clip of that. If I have a video of the 4 feet iridescent sharks, I will post it as like a B-roll here. The sharks that I went to pick up, they aren't full grown. They're maybe 10 inches. But still, they will get 4 feet. My largest tank that I have out here in the fish room to house rescue fish, or any fish for that matter, is 6 feet and 18 inches deep. So it's a 125. That's nowhere near large enough for a 4-foot shark, let alone multiple of them. Well, it's not really a shark, it's a catfish. 4-foot catfish. I wish people would stop buying these fish, because I end up rescuing them and trying to find people that have large enough tanks to take them. I wish stores would stop selling these fish to people, saying, hey, this fish is going to be good, it'll be fine in your 55. Thinking, they probably don't know any better, but the fish is going to turn out 4 feet. Your tank is 4 feet. It's not going to even fit in your tank when it gets adult size. There's other fish out there that I wish people wouldn't keep, because they are a pain in that I get to rescue them. And I say that I get to because I am glad that I can provide that service to help those people and help the fish, basically. It's about the fish. I'm not sure that the people that I rescue the fish from learn the lesson not to get that type of fish, but I try to get the fish the best life that it can and not have to be improperly disposed of. Another one, and I may include some video here of another rescue that I went on of some common feeder goldfish that have gotten about 10 inches. People get those, and a lot of times they don't survive, but when they do, and they get to adult size, they can get a good size. They can get about a foot. And then it's not going to fit in your 10-gallon tank anymore. I guess the whole point of this video is, if you're going to go get fish, do your research on them. Find out how large that they get, and make sure that you already have a tank large enough to keep them, so that people like me don't have to come rescue them from you and then work hard to find someone that has a tank large enough to keep a 2-foot pleco or a 4-foot catfish that's being called a shark. Now, what fish do you think also gets improperly sold in the hobby? Like, should it not be sold at all? Should it not be in the hobby? Or do you think everything should be sold? And, you know, if you get a fish that's too big for your tank, you don't know any better, tough luck, bud. You know, what's your thoughts on the whole situation? I try to help all the people that reach out to me. There are people that reach out to me that are trying to scam and stuff. They'll go buy a fish and it's like, oh, I want a good home for my fish that I can't take care of, and I need $50 for it though, or something like that. But I try to provide the service, and I try to help the fish out the best that I can. What's your thoughts on it? Leave them in the comments, and we'll see you later.